is a lively street full of shops and another pub. We've just heard about the Museum Tavern, which is one of the oldest pubs in the area, but I'd like you to look at this pub in front of you. Can you all see the Plough? So this pub has been here, and it's been a pub since the early 1800s, 19th century. And it used to be known as the Baby's Bottom because it was painted pink. So its name has always been the Plough, though, and it was a famous drinking institution, and lots of artists and writers, maybe Karl Marx, who we heard about, the revolutionary academic in the last stop, maybe he also drank there. But there is a more interesting building that I'd like to draw your attention to, which is behind you, so I'm just going to walk through you so that it's in front of you. Can you all see this building with lots of old-fashioned gentleman's clothes in it in front of you? This is Ruskin House, and you might notice the sign above the door. It's an iron sign. It's interesting because it's named after John Ruskin, but he never actually was here or involved in this building. And the link is quite fascinating between how this house came to be known as Ruskin House and later on this cafe to your right. So John Ruskin was a famous Victorian critic, amongst many other things. He was a polymath. He was involved in the founding of the Working Men's College, also in Camden, near Mornington Crescent. And he worked closely with George Allen, who was a carpenter at first, and built a door that John Ruskin was very impressed with. But they came to be quite close friends and collaborators, and their most successful collaboration was in publishing. And George Allen started a publishing company together. This didn't go so well, they ended up bankrupt, but it was bought after George Allen's death by a man called Stanley Unwin, who founded Unwin and Allen Publishing Company, which is what this sign is in honor of, or was here since. They moved into these offices, and they were described as Dickensian offices at the time. They were sprawling, full of books and papers. I can imagine them kind of flying around the shops. So it was called Allen and Unwin Publishing, and these publishers are very famous for one of the books that they published, but it was kind of an accident.